crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Well, my April paper pumpkin kit finally arrived. It's called You Are My Anchor. I absolutely love this kit. And as you know, I also love anchors and lighthouses and nautical things because I did some Brother ScanNCut tutorials already on how to cut out the inside and outside of anchors. But what I thought of right away when I saw the set is, like, why not make my own embellishments using the cute little stamps from the set, okay, and the Brother ScanNCut. So today in this tutorial, we are going to cut out lighthouses, anchors, and I did stamp some of these other little things, so we'll try to cut out those too. I always like to be aware of the time. So let's get started, and I wanted to just go over what I've done prior to this tutorial. I've already used a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I've already stamped the lighthouses. Okay, I use Memento Black and I use Calypso Coral. Okay, so this is what I have. I've stamped starfish. I've stamped a couple other little embellishments. Okay, so that's what I've done to get started. If you've ever watched my Brother ScanNCut tutorials, you know that I like to use painter's tape. Okay, just painter's tape you get from the hardware store to help hold my paper onto the mat, because even though I've gone through, I don't know, 9, 10 or more mats, they're not very sticky. I have tried to re-stick them, and I'm going to try some new techniques someone just suggested to me. But let's get started. Okay, now this is the Brother ScanNCut. When you first turn it on, you're going to see pattern and scan. I want to cut out these lighthouses and anchors and things, so I'm going to use scan. And I'm going to use direct cut because I'm going to directly cut them out. I don't need to save them. I'm just going to cut them out. If we were going to save them, that's another tutorial. We'd use this option. We're just going to use direct cut. Black and white recognition mode is fine because there's a lot of contrast. When I saw these stamps, I said, this is great for embellishments because there's a lot of contrast. So we're going to use black and white recognition mode. And we're going to go ahead and load the mat. Okay. I'm going to press start. And now it's recognizing. Now in the kit, this month's paper pumpkin kit, I mean, it came with these great embellishments already. See, anchors, lighthouses. You know, I said this is great, but let's, you know, that's not enough. I want to make more. I have so many ideas on tag toppers, treat toppers. I said I need to make more of these embellishments. So that's why we're using the Brother ScanNCut today to do that. Okay, so let's see what happened. This is the page that got recognized. I'm going to say okay. Wow, wow, wow. I am so excited that every single one of my stamped images came out. Okay, but in the interest of, and let me just zoom in to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is excellent. If I'm going to zoom in and show you that every one of those, I'll even zoom in some more. Every one of those was recognized and recognized well. Okay, and that's why I love the Brother ScanNCut. Okay, but in the interest of saving time, I'm not going to go ahead and cut out every one of those because I'm trying to teach you how to do it, and I don't think you need to see every one of those just to get the idea. So go ahead. I'm going to just go ahead and zoom into a certain area, like over here, and get a couple lighthouses, a couple anchors, a couple starfish, like that. Okay? And later on, right after I'm done shooting the video, I will do some more cutting. Okay, so one thing I always like to do to my images is I like to add a little outline distance. And it's not just me. I don't just do that. Stampin' Up does that too. See the little outline distance around the images. Okay, I'm going to select 0.04. I'm going to say okay. I'm going to say okay. One last thing you need to know with your Brother ScanNCut before you cut is that you need to get rid of any extra little bits because I selected a rectangle. There's extra bits. It's not that you have to, but if you don't, you're going to ruin the top of these lighthouses here and things. So let's go into this editing mode. It's one with the little shapes. I'm going to go ahead and trash these extra little bits. If I don't, then later on I'm going to try to cut out these other lighthouses, and parts of them would have been cut out already and it would have wasted my paper. Not a big deal, but I like to trash all those pieces. If you're not sure, you just use this is the selection, and you can just sort of find everything that's selected on the mat. I got everything. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and say cut. And before I press start, I want to show you something. My blade depth. Okay, I like to use about, 5. Every machine is different, so be sure to get used to your machine, but I like to use a blade depth of 5 when I'm cutting on Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and say cut. Oh, it's already said cut. I'm going to go ahead and say start, and it's going to cut. Okay, so while that's cutting, I'm just going to also move it away. This machine is loud. I'd say the machine has more advantages than disadvantages. But one of the advantages is the great work it does, but one of the disadvantages is that it's loud. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. So what I'm doing with this. When I saw this kit, I got so excited because when you look on your instructions, you can turn them over. They always tell you like the coordinating colors. Already I knew Calypso Coral was one of them. So I said, oh, this is great because I can use my By the Shore Designer Series paper and the wood crate. It's called the wood crate thinlit or wood crate die. Okay, so this is a little wood crate. I make a lot of things with this. You can see on my blog I make lots of little lemon crates and little piggy crates and all kinds of things. But this is what I did with it. By the Shore Designer Series paper. So now after I get all these little embellishments, I can take these cute little cards from the kit and the cute little envelopes, and you can fit 4 inside the crate. Well, you could probably fit more, but 4 comfortably with envelopes fit inside the crate. You wrap a nice little ribbon around that, and it makes a great gift. Of course, this By the Shore is retired, but it doesn't mean that you can't take any other paper you may have that's Calypso Coral or any of the coordinating colors, and you can use other Designer Series papers to make your little crate. Like in the coordinating colors, we have Pool Party, Calypso Coral, Iden Indigo. I just happen to have that paper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this machine closer just to show you what I'm doing. Okay, it says finish cutting. Let's make sure that gets back in focus. There, finish cutting, okay. And that's it. I'm just going to then unload the paper and unload the mat. Okay, it's okay. I'm going to move this back out of the way because I want you to see the job it did. So I'm just going to, I peel off my painter's tape. I'm actually not even going to peel it off all the way because I'm going to use this paper again in just a minute to get the rest of this. But I'm going to peel off the top of the painter's tape. Now, keep in mind when you use painter's tape, never cover up these lines, these numbers, because the Brothers ScanNCut needs these numbers to be able to register where it's cutting. So that's why I use painter's tape and I don't cover up the numbers. Okay, so there we go. I'm just lift the mat. Pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and peel these off. And you can use your little, well, you can use the spatula that came with it. I like to use, this is a spatula from my Cricut. I do a lot of Cricut work as well. They both have, both machines have their pros and cons, you know. But one thing I like about the Brothers ScanNCut is, oops, let me get that one off, is that you don't have to be connected to a computer to do all this great stuff I just did. All right, so let's get these off, and I'm going to show you how cute they look on the cards. Although I'm not going to use these black ones in particular. I'm not using on the cards because they're for a different project. But let's just show you how, okay, how they came out. So this is just how perfect they came out from the Brothers ScanNCut, and the anchors, okay, and the sea stars, starfish, right? They came out great. So now, if I would probably not use this black one on this Iden Indigo, so I'm gonna, but I would use the Calypso Coral with the Iden Indigo. Okay, and so, and it also looks good on this other background with the hearts. Now you can use all the embellishments that came with your paper pumpkin kit. You can make more. Then you have a lot more options and a lot more, you know, tag toppers and things that you can make. So please check out my blog, thepaperchef.com, to see what I do with this. Okay, now let's, before I end this video, some of you guys are saying, yo, you know, this was so basic, I already know this, and blah, blah, blah. Well, if you want to know more advanced features about the Brothers ScanNCut, I did a tutorial on this stamp set here called the Seaside Shore, okay? And I showed how to cut out the inside, you see that? Inside and outside of stamped images. And if I had a little better of alignment, I wouldn't have any of the vanilla was showing. But there's an anchor from this set. Okay, and you can learn, so please, I'll link to that below in this video description. But this is Seaside Shore, how to cut out the inside and outside of stamped images. And there's the anchor, and I show you how to cut out the hole and around there. And then you can compare that to this cute anchor, which is very similar, you know, that we just cut out now. And if you just tuned in, the anchor we just cut out now is from You Are My Anchor Paper Pumpkin Kit. Let me hold these next to each other. Okay, so the anchor we just cut out is from You Are My Anchor, Brothers ScanNCut, and then Seaside Shore Anchor. Okay, so thank you for watching, and please check out my other videos on the Brothers ScanNCut. There are loads and loads of tutorials on YouTube on how to use this awesome machine. Bye for now.